What if I tell you the word integrated graphics? What's the first thing that comes to your mind? Is it bad gaming experience? Maybe, it can be true. But is it true with the Vega 7? The integrated graphics of my laptop from the APU are 5600H. Let's see how capable it is at playing games. Is it really that bad? Well, let's find out together. Well, hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a while, and it's actually summer now here in Italy, and as you can see, I'm sweating so hard. It's so hot, it's like 35 degrees here. Let's take a closer look at the GPU we're checking out today. The Vega 7 is based on the Vega architecture. Remember Vega? Vega 64 and 56 back in the day? Luckily, the Vega 7 we're going to take a look at today is the Vega 7 with 7nm topography. The Vega 7, as the name suggests, has 7 cores inside it, which equates to 448 shaders, and it can boost up to 1800 MHz. Since it's an APU, it doesn't have onboard memory like graphics card that has VRAM that is GDDR6 or 5 or GDDR7? Are we on 7? I'm not sure. I think we're still on 6. I need to take a look at that. So the memory that it uses is the same as the system memory, so the performance will vary quite a bit depending on the performance of the RAM you have inside your laptop. The Vega 7 7nm first debuted on Ryzen 4000 laptop APUs and has been passed over to the Ryzen 5000 series APUs. The R5 5600H is the APU we're testing today. It's the processor used on my personal laptop. It's a 6-core, 12-threaded Zen 3 CPU. But the CPU isn't the focus of this video, but the iGPU. But we all know without the bigger brother, you won't be able to play any games. The R5 5600H is also capable of boosting at a speed of 4.2 GHz and a base clock of 3.3 GHz. Just like the GPU, it also uses TSMC's 7nm node. Here are the complete specification of the GPU. And here is the rest of the system. And after all of that being said, let's hop right in to the games. Overwatch with low settings, FSR 1.0 and 67% resolution scaling give us an average of 75 FPS and 1% loss of 57. Not really ideal for fast-paced shooter, but it's definitely playable casually. But if you ask me, I would prefer a minimum of 90 FPS average to have a decent chance at competitive matches. But if you're a casual gamer, this is perfectly fine. Now let's hop to an easier game to run, Valorant. At 1080p low, this integrated GPU gave us an average FPS of 136 and 1% loss of 89. This is already way better gaming experience. In fact, this FPS allows me to utilize the 120Hz of my laptop's display. It's pretty satisfying gaming experience. I'm quite happy with what the Vega 7 is capable of delivering in this game. For the next game, we're testing Fortnite. We're going to take a look at two different APIs, DX12 and Performance Mode. Starting with DX12, Vega 7 and its 7 GPU cores pushed an average FPS of 58 and 1% loss of 29. It is casually playable, but if you want to be somewhat competitive, you better turn down the settings. And that's exactly what I did. Using Performance API with 75% 3D resolution scaling at 1080p, this APU gave us an average FPS of 108. That's more like it. But unfortunately, the 1% loss still remained practically the same at 29 FPS. This in the end is a bit better experience, but having 1% loss this low will definitely mess up with your gameplay. I believe gaming at DX12 is a bit better for more consistent FPS, but nothing stops you from gaming on performance mode.
just be aware of the big gap between 1% lows and the average FPS. Now let's try out harder to run games. One of my favorite games, Doom Eternal. This game is really hard to run. I had to lower the resolution to 720p and of course Ultra Nightmare, low quality preset. With these settings, the Vega 7 gave us an average FPS of 52, close to 60 but yet still far at the same time. My gameplay isn't really the best with these kinds of FPS. This game, also being a fast-paced shooter, having a higher FPS is really beneficial. But for casual gamers, it can be playable, but that's really stretching it out. Now, let's push this GPU a little bit more. Lowering down to almost all the possible settings, activating FSR 2.0 or rendering with a resolution scale of 640 by 360 and outputting at 1080p. Not even FSR can save us from the performance this combo will give us. Are you ready, guys? This Vega 7 gave us, listen to this, an average of 32 FPS. Yes, 32 FPS average. Not 1% lows, but average. The 1% lows is 25, so at least that's pretty close gap, so the gameplay will be consistent. Consistently bad. I can't even tell if this is playable for even casual gamers, but it's up to you to choose. But for me, it's basically impossible to game at 30 FPS. I'm so used at high refresh rate, I just can't go back. Hey, you made it to the conclusion. Nice. Give me a high five. Well, what can I say? The Vega 7 is usable for casual games. It can even run AAA titles, but by running I mean you can open the game and it actually runs. At a terrible frame rates of course. But games such as Valorant, Overwatch, it's playable enough. So games like League of Legends and Counter-Strike, it will be a decent gaming experience with this APU. But if you're looking to play games such as God of War, either you're fine with 30 FPS, at my opinion, not so good looking graphics card, or you need a better computer. With at least a dedicated graphics card. In the end of the day, the Vega 7 is still an APU, so if you set your expectation bar low, or at least realistically, it's a capable GPU. Though compared to the previous Intel iGPUs, this is a huge leap in performance. Thanks for watching the video everybody, I appreciate your support. If you have enjoyed the video, feel free to leave a like, subscribe to not miss upcoming YouTube videos. If you have questions or suggestions or anything, just type it in the comments. I will reply when possible. Share this video if you think someone would wanna see it. I appreciate all the viewers of this channel. Take care and see you next time. Bye!